Hello, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. Good to be back, Mike. We've got a phone call coming in here right now.
Yeah, it's probably her sister telling us that it's her birthday.
It probably is.
Yeah.
She won't give us a chance to tell her happy birthday, Bill.
No, wants to remind us.
But folks, as you can see, I've got Bill Nichols here with me tonight, and Mike, and proud to have both of them.
Thank you, old buddy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, anytime. Bill's got a standing offer. He can come here anytime he wants to. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put you and Mike on notice. 2 weeks from today, you's going to do the show because I'm going to go watch Wesley play ball.
Oh, buddy, that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to do that. He's got 3 home games, and they're playing tonight. And I won't be able to go next week, but the third week I'm going to go watch him play ball, so you guys are going to fill in for me.
That'd be fine, old buddy.
Yes,
we can
sir.
do it, can't we, Mike?
Yeah, I guarantee.
I hope you can talk that much.
Oh, Lordy. Bill, we want to say hello to Polly. Polly, I hear you're doing good, and Mike, we better say hello to Dad.
Yeah, definitely say hello to him.
Yeah, for sure. He'll be, you know how he gets there. He'll be all over you and Brad Lockett there if you don't. And, folks, what's on my mind, next Thursday night, we'll have Glenn Reynolds Racing and Marine over here with me. He's going to be on the show. Glenn's having a special Labor Day sale starting tomorrow. And a little sneak preview, and he's going to have some boats and the engines and all that kind of stuff marked down. So if you're interested in aluminum boat, a shallow running aluminum boat, or a duck hunting boat, or anything in the aluminum line, he's got those some nice aluminum boats down there set up in different ways. Go by and check those out. He's also got the Phoenix bass boat down there, 3 different models he's got sitting there, and they look good. He's got one of the new Bullet boats sitting down there. Bill looks sharp. And he's got the pontoon boats, 2 different brands of those, probably the best built pontoon boat they are on the market.
Buddy, I tell you what, the pontoon business is booming. I've never seen so many pontoon boats on the water.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and he's got some a pleasure pontoon boat down there that's just got everything in the world on it, and tow skiers and tubes and things of that nature with. And then he's got a nice pontoon boat that's got the same flooring on it that's set up for fishing.
Yeah, that's what I see. A lot of people are using that pontoon boat for fishing.
Yeah, buddy, they sure are, Bill, and he's got some nice ones down there. But Glenn's going to be on the show with me next week, and he's going to talk about his sale, what he's got planned going on. But he said to let everybody know if you wanted to get a little early start, come by there tomorrow or next week and get a little sneak preview of what he's going to be doing, and maybe make you a good deal.
Good.
And you know, boats is kind of like automobiles. They want to bring in the new models, so this time of year.
This is the time they're coming in, too.
That's right, and so they can make you a good deal on a 2014 model, and just so they can get the new models in and have room to put them. So might make you a good deal if you're in the market for a boat of any kind. So we'll be glad to see Glenn over here next week, and like I say, if you got a chance that you want to go down and get a little preview of what he's got to offer down there, he said make sure I announce that so that you come on down and visit with him. Everything's going good. We got Bill's he's been out on Dale Holler all last week, and he didn't get to fish with us up north, but we got some film we shot the week before, and we're going to show that. And Mike and Brad had a camera. Bill, me and you had a camera.
Yeah.
And so we've got a little bit of film on both of them, and we're going to show that here in a few minutes, and then we'll discuss about the baits and the water depth and all that kind of stuff, what's going on up there and on Norris, and they have been changing. The fish are changing up there. And then, Bill, you've been on Dale Holler, and you're going to fill us in on what's going on out there.
Yeah, I tell you what, Steve, I went over to walleye fish, but the walleye has gone deeper and they wouldn't come back up through the thermocline, above the thermocline, so we started the crappie fishing. And buddy, we had a ball. Yeah, we caught some of the biggest crappie I've ever caught.
Is that right?
That's right. That's the biggest crappie I've ever caught. We measured a bunch of them, son. That was over 16 inches.
Man, wow.
And I think we cleaned 49, and we had a big fish fry also down there, man. We had a friend from Florida to come up, and he brought some seafood, and we had the office fish fry ever was, old buddy.
Man, alive. Boy, that sounds good, Bill. It kind of got me wanting to go out there instead of back up the north and smallmouth fish. Anyway, we're going to go to the film, and a happy birthday to Vicki Brown, my sister. And today's her birthday, and she's kind of been feeling a little bad. She's got sciatic nerve problem. So she's been kind of laid up for the last few days, and but I talked to her yesterday afternoon, said she's feeling somewhat better. I had to get an MRI and all that kind of stuff, so we're hoping she's doing good. And anyway, happy birthday, Vicki.
Happy birthday, Vicki.
All right. Talk to her.
Yeah, all right. Herschel, you want to show us the film?
First thing she told me, she said, "Who told you?" She said, "Somebody had to remind you."
Yes, sir, buddy. Look at here.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm trying to get him in the water there, Bill. Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yes, sir. We was just talking about that spinner bait, Bill.
Yes, sir, buddy.
So it was. Yeah, man. Get some light on him where Mike Richards can see him, yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's old Mike fish there, buddy. Every one I catch, I name it old Mike.
Yeah, buddy,
Yes,
Bill.
sir.
That's good.
That's spinnerbait there,
Yes,
Mike.
sir. All right, Bill. Let's get him back and get another.
Yes, sir, old buddy. Go right there.
Yeah, boy, check your bait good.
Yeah, it's looking good, son. Yeah, I just need to straighten him up there a little bit.
All right.
Okay, old buddy.
Pulled in up here at the boat ramp. Point 19. I got Bill and Mike there in the boat, and we're trying to get ready. What do you say, fellas?
Ready to go, old buddy.
Ready to go. All right. Get in there, Brad.
Come here, Brad.
Yeah.
Camera light.
Huh?
Got right in here.
Yeah. All right. There we go,
I don't
boy.
get to see him very often.
I heard that. Well, at least Carol knows now he's up here on the lake instead of where he ain't supposed to be. All right.
He's just trying to get you in trouble there, Brad.
Yeah.
Done it for 30 years. That's right.
Okay, folks, listen, we're going to go out here, and that storm kind of run us in last Saturday, and we're going back out here and see if we did get on a few fish, and we're going out here and see if we can't wreak havoc on them tonight now. We've got a little storm brewing right here, passed over, and still getting some lightning back into the Big Ridge area there, but looks clear back to the west of us, so we're going to get out here and get the boats in the water and see if we can do some good here.
Yeah.
All right, well, are you ready?
Walleye fella going after them too.
We get bad with them.
All right.
We can get bad with them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, old buddy.
Okay. We've got a little bit of moon. Let's see if I can find it there. Yeah, no. Yeah, we got a little bit of quarter moon up there, Mike. Sure have. Yes, sir. Yeah, barely got it. Barely got a little. There it is. Focus in on it there. All right. You can see where the clouds are off to the east of the moon there. So maybe it's going to clear up here and calm down. Get out here and catch some fish. Sorry to report that, as you can see, we still don't have but one light burning here at the boat ramp, and still got 3 of them that's out. Maybe they'll get that took care of for us here the next few days, and we'll have that situation whipped out. All right. Remember the sponsors. Let's go fishing.
Oh, get off. We give him a try.
Little one. Be nice.
A main one.
Mm-hmm. There's 2 down, that other one's a little one too. Just stay after them here, maybe we can figure something out. Maybe a good night after all. Yeah, now Brad's got one on here. Let's see what's going on. He's doing some jumping. Yeah, that's a pretty nice fish. Yeah, got it in here. Yeah, nice smallie. Real nice smallie. Yes, sir. We take that all night. Yeah, let him go. Go back and try to get another jerk. Beat that.
Might be on to something.
Might be on to something. That's right. All right, we get after them. See what's going on. See what we got here.
Small.
Bit awful soft, I'll tell you that. Just have to keep after them here. We might catch a few tonight. If the moon stay out all night, we'll be all right. Got a half a moon there. He's digging in a puddle. Give up. What we got here? Very nice one there. Yeah. Very nice one. That crazy green, off-color green watermelon. Green rubber. That. Pat's got one up here. Pretty good smallmouth. All kinds of chaos going on here right now. Alright, Brad, that's another nice one.
They're all nice ones right now.
Yeah. Can't wait till the next one. Man.
like it. If I can get another one. That's a pretty nice one. What you seen? Got a lot of head shaking. Yep, that's a very nice one. Bad as a butterball. He's 18 or better. He's a healthy fish. Need a dozen more just like him.
This is a nice one.
That's it. We'll take that one. All right, man. What we got here this time? Catfish.
Oh, man.
Wesley will be real proud of you. Got a little catfish. It's all right. They like to bite too. Yeah. Going back, we'll go get another one. Brad's got one here on the wind up. Nice smallie there, Brad. Yeah, doing real good there. All right, folks, we're going to try to get some more. You're throwing that green pumpkin.
Green.
All right, boys, we back. Mike, what Jim Brad catch your fish on?
I went back to that green rubber, watermelon rubber, and had that zoom crawl on the back of it with a little bit of orange on it. They seemed to come on to it there pretty good. Had that one good smallmouth there, probably go 5.
Yeah.
But that fish was 35, 40 foot deep.
Mm-hmm.
He's right
Well,
on the
they-
side of that bluff.
Yeah.
They're going deeper for sure.
Yeah. Bill, you and I realized that later on that night that them fish was out there deeper.
Yeah.
And we sure did. We didn't get on them like we really expected to there. And you know, once that moon set, it just for me and you, it just seemed it was hard to get a bite, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It sure was, son. And that happens. That's fishing.
Yeah, exactly right. They sure are temperamental about changing up, and they'll change from night to night. Seem like
Yep.
too.
Yep. I tell you what. I went to Dale Hollow walleye fishing. Man, I tell you what. We never done nothing on the walleye, but we were set up under lights, and there's something that happened over there that I've not seen in a long time. The LY has now got competition from the threadfin shad. That threadfin shad has really come on strong over there.
Mm-hmm.
And them threadfin shad will stay above the thermocline.
Right.
And them LY, they'll go below that thermocline. And the thermocline over there right now is about 30 feet deep. And everything above that is largemouth and crappie.
Mm-hmm.
We caught some of the biggest crappie I've ever caught in my time. I think we measured about 11 of them, and all 11 of them was over 16 inches.
Man.
And we never had a 17-inch crappie, but we had over 16 inches there, and most of them was 11 to 15.
Sure.
And they was the best I've ever seen. 8, eat just like they're supposed to, too, Mike.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Man,
right.
that sounds good. Now, Bill, how was you catching them crappie?
Well, at first I was jigging a spoon, and that's what I started to catching them on for walleye, and I caught some, and then we started our shad was under the light, and they were just the right size for the crappie, so we put a treble hook on and started snagging them our shad and throwing them out there, and then our crappie just they couldn't resist them, son. It was just that tink, just like a smallmouth was, son.
Well, shoot, and how many of them did you claim?
49. We brought 49 of them home with us.
Yeah.
And then we had a big fish fry. We had a friend from Florida to come up to visit with my other friend, Max Meredith, and we had the office fish fry ever was.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I really did.
Yeah, man. You know, they was good. That was some good
We
eating, folks.
fixed to have one at my house here before long. We really are. As soon as the weather cools down, we're gonna have one at the home. I got enough fish now to feed 15 or 20.
All right, that sounds great. Boy I work with, we got rained out today, and I stayed, and several of them got sent home. He went down, and he's been catching crappie on Watts Bar trolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Bandit Plug, and I think he had 11 or 12 he brought home today. Caught a bunch of little fish, caught a bunch of catfish, and you know, when you're trolling, you just subject to catch anything.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, now, we caught some pretty good catfish ourselves.
Did you?
Yeah, on them minnows down there, 27, 28 feet. Them old cats would just wear it out. We had a couple of cats that was up 7 pound or better, and shoot, boy, they run the minnows away for a while, but we had a lot of fun catching them.
Oh yeah, yeah, I guarantee you, there ain't no doubt about that. Yes, sir, for sure. Let's go back to Norris here right quick, and Bill, you and I were throwing. We got on some long running points up there, and after that moon set, and we did have some bites.
Oh
but
yeah,
we missed a lot.
We missed several fish.
We sure did, and
then we had some on that we never saw and never got in the boat.
That's exactly right. Funny strikes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really funny. You couldn't tell hard when you had a split bite.
That's exactly right. If you ever let a little bit of slack get in your line, when you went to tighten up on it, there'd be one on there, and you just get a halfway of a hook set.
That's exactly right.
And he'd just come off, wouldn't he?
Yeah. The moon phase is a funny thing about these fish. I have seen it over the years, and I know every good fisherman that fishes at nighttime has seen it. When that moon is slow about coming up, I have had fish to not even touch that bait till that moon showed itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they would wear it out for a while, and then they just quit.
Yeah. I agree. It's been that way with us before, and we've been up there on a full moon night and couldn't hardly buy a bite, and run over there somewhere in the dark, and Buddy just on a shady bank, a shadowed bank, just any way opposite where the moon's shining, and just everywhere you threw seemed like it'd be a fish.
On that, how I do there, the moon is not as bright on it coming up until it gets full. From the full to when it's going down, that's when it's the brightest.
Right.
And I go to them dark banks.
Yes, sir.
When that moon is the brightest, I go to them dark banks and have pretty good success on it.
Yeah. Well, you know, you go down here, say on Watts Bar or Fort Loudon or somewhere, during the daytime, what are you hunting for? Shade. I mean, you know, under a dock or under a brush pile, you know, anywhere you can find some shade, a lot of times is where the fish will be or where the bites will be. And we get up there in that moon a lot of times, and we forget that. And folks, this is a tip I'm giving you. I'm telling you, you know, you can run around there on the backside of the ridge somewhere and get in the dark when you can't get them out there in that moonlight, and you can catch a fish.
That's exactly right.
They, you know, it's just that shadow that them fish. They hide from that light, don't they?
Sure do.
I mean,
They don't want that sun and the moon in their eyes, especially when it's the brightest.
That's exactly right. So that may be, you know, if you're up there and the moon's bright and you can't get a bite, you might want to hunt you a dark bank somewhere.
That's right.
For sure. And you know, many a time we've left the sea there and headed down the river and get on one of them dark banks down there and catch fish.
Hey, that's what I've always done, Steve.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
So, or up towards Island F, or just anywhere there in the dark, you know, it makes a lot of difference. It really does. But you know, I'm glad you had a good trip there on Dale Holler with the crappie and the walleye. You know, they were several boats. We went up there and fished last week, even though you couldn't go with us. You were out there on Dale Holler. Me and Mike and Brad went, and they were several people up there walleye fishing. They was, I counted 15 pontoon boat trailers in the parking lot, and then once you got out on the lake, they were just kind of here and there and everywhere.
Yeah.
There was quite a few fishing. I don't know if they were doing much catching, but they were several up there fishing.
There was a lot of people trolling down at Dale, and I don't know what they was trolling for. I really don't. I don't know if they was trying to get. I can't believe that them walleye went through that thermocline, but we could not get the minnows up under the light at all. The LY, they would not come under that light. We tried it every night we were there and couldn't get the LY. Everything we got was the thread fin shad.
And they're up there close to the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or this time of year, it's just like on Watts Bar and Fort Loudon. You drive by the lake down there, and you look out in the middle, and schools of minnows everywhere. Yeah, sure.
Same way over there.
Yeah, and folks, what happens when that water starts cooling back down? They'll migrate back in these creeks and the hollows and stuff.
That's what they're fixing to do after Labor Day. When the water
starts cooling down.
They go cool to them creeks.
Yes, sir. Sure will. So it's an ongoing cycle. I'm telling you. We got a couple of things going on here. Mike?
Yeah, show them what you found there.
Well, I want Bill. Bill, I'm going to hand you them right there, and you tell us about them right there, because I'm going to hold on to these two right here.
Hey, this bait right here is a tease bait. It's a tease bass bait, and the old boy there made that there bait right there. I've known him, fished with him over the years. He's been out of the business now since I guess the early '80s, and hadn't been. And I've had a hard time of rounding Steve and Mike up these here things right here, and they are a super spinnerbait. Super spinnerbait. They're short arm. They got a number 5 blade on it, and it's his blade. Diamond made it for him, which was a subsidiary of the other blade there.
Hildebrand?
Hildebrand, yeah. And old Charlie come up with this thing right there, son, and that blade right there is as good a blade as they are on the market. But I got another one here also. It's a Strike King bait. This bait right here hadn't been made for a long time either.
No.
This one here, and it's got a blade on it. It's called a prism blade. It's got bars on it, and it don't put out as much vibration as this bait right here. But when the fish is really inactive and not wanting to bait real good, this blade right here will. I noticed we'll catch some of the fish on these blades right here.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for Steve and Mike to try these. I've had these for a fella by the name of Bill Dance. sent me these baits right here a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've had these baits right here for a long time, and Bill sent these to me, and I've known Bill for a long time, and he sent me a whole box of them blades that bait right there, and I've caught a lot of fish on it. That blade right there, they don't make it no more.
I know that gummit. It's like everything else. It's good. They quit making.
You and Mike, I rounded up 16 for you,
Virginia.
and y'all can fight over them any way you want to.
I think it ought to be just, for every one Mike gets, I ought to get two.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
Farm if he runs out.
I tell you what, hey, man, it's that gummit, that T-bass spinner bait has just been one of our favorite baits for years.
That's right.
I mean, it, you know.
Charlie, he went out of business there somewhere in the 80s. I'm not sure exactly when it was, but it was in the early 80s, and that bait hadn't been made in a long time. I was fortunate to come up with I think 10 of them.
Yeah, buddy. I'll tell you what,
I couldn't get them every one with the skirt that I wanted.
Oh, you've done great. I'm telling you that right now. That is that blade and the head and the wire and the hook is the mainstay. We can get some skirts and put on them, but
Charlie's daddy used to call that there his piano wire.
Uh-huh.
He says, son, if they break my wire, they broke a good piano wire.
I'll tell you right now, he's exactly right. That was and Bill, you know the old Stan Sloan aggravator,
That's right.
agitator, or whatever it was. I think aggravator was probably the first night bait that me and Mike ever threw, because you throwed them over in the boat to us up there one night and said, here, boy, tie them on.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it just, we went from that to this right here, and gosh, it was like daylight and dark. And we caught a lot of fish on the old Stan Sloan bait. But,
yes, that's exactly right. Well, I've still got a lot of Stan's baits myself. You know, he was a friend of mine, and he furnished me with a lot of good baits.
Mm-hmm.
He really did. And like I said, Bill Dance, he furnished me with them Strike Kings, and I've had them for a long time. But that Tees bass there, Charlie, one time me and his daddy was fishing on Dale Hollow, and it was when the World's Fair here was 1982.
Mm-hmm.
And had Bob Davis with me as a cameraman, and I said to Ernie, I said, boy, Ernie, I said, these fish is just like being out at the World's Fair. He said, I tell you what, Bill, I thought we was at the World's Fair.
Hey, buddy, I tell you what, they sure are some good baits, folks. I'm sure tickled to death to get them things. I've got 4 of them in my tackle box, and they're all 4 1/4 ounce. And I've just been, I've got 2 3/8 and 2 1/4. And I've just been reluctant to fish with them, afraid I'd lose them.
Well, them's 5/8.
And these are the 5/8 right here, just what I've been looking for. And man, I'm just tickled to death to get them. I'll have one of them on Saturday night, guarantee it.
He won't tell
Now,
you
if you
how
start doing too good, I'll just cut the thing off.
he ain't gonna tell you how many thousand of them he's got hanging in the bottom of North Lake.
Yeah. I see several of them up there in the bottom of North Lake, I guarantee you.
Every time we went through Clinton, he had to stop at the sporting goods store and buy something.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, speaking of that, you know, we're talking about this water temperature up there. It's been running 81 to 83 degrees, depending on the cloud or the sun out there and all day. And, you know, we hang up occasionally. We don't show a lot of that on the film, but every now and then we'll hang, won't we, Bill?
If you're not a hanging, you're not getting where the fish are.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. So I was commenting to Bill up there the other night. We got the lure retriever. We dropped down there and get her bait loose. Well, you get that bait and that lure retriever back up there in the boat, it's just as warm as that water is on top, and it's 30 foot, you know, you're hung in 30 foot, 25 to 30 feet of water, and so it's warm right there.
That's right. That's
It-
exactly
it-
right. It's about as warm as it is on the top of field for me, like.
Exactly right, and the fish right now. When Mike and Brad were up, when me and you was up there 2 weeks ago, we was catching them fish in there in 25 to 28 foot of water. Well, me and Mike and Brad, their strikes last week was out there in 33 foot of water.
Right.
And I mean, we was sitting in 35, 34, 35 feet, the bites came right under the boat.
Yeah.
The last pickup you'd go to make, you'd get a bite, so, we're right there in that 33, 35 foot of water. And Brad seems to think we wasn't fishing out deep enough at that.
Well, may have not been. I mean, I usually, when this time of year, I usually like to set like 40 to 45 feet and throw it in there where I can work it out to at least 30, 35 feet anyway.
Yeah, I agree. That's just a little tip. They just kept migrating, and that water, like we said earlier in the year, is as clear as I've seen it up there. And you've been up there a lot longer than I have.
Yeah, I've been up there for. I fished it when it was when it was still a river almost.
Yeah, so it's pretty dang clear. I mean, and that has an effect on them. I mean, the sunlight, the light factor, and the clear water. It's like muddy water. When the water gets muddy, they get shallow.
Yeah, this clear water up there, and the lake didn't come up as high this year as they would have liked it to be because of we was low on rainfall there to start the year with and everything, and it never come up.
Right.
But I don't know this. Some people might know the difference, but them zebra mussels, I know that if they haven't already cleared the water up, they will clear it up. I guarantee you.
Yeah, I agree, Bill. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Over the years up there, what we've noticed in the Lewiston Sea area, it's flatter probably than anywhere on the lake, or more flat water, shallower water. You had a lot more vegetation.
Yeah.
On the banks. It's hard for those buck bushes and huckleberries and stuff like that to grow up on the steeper banks. Where up there in the Lewiston Sea area, in the shallower water, I mean, you know how it used to be. That the weeds would take over in the wintertime, fall and winter and spring, and then they'd back the water up in it. And I think a lot of that vegetation would affect the water clarity in that certain area.
I guarantee you. They used to take the lake down a lot lower than they do now. And what they've done this year is they didn't get to fill it because of rainfall. Well, I've noticed up there, and I know you have too, and Mike has, the vegetation grew pretty good on them banks, from 10, well, it was 10-13, I believe yesterday in the paper, it was 10-13. Well, that's 7 feet below 10-20, which that's usually that's what they try to take it to, and sometimes it's even more. But at 10-13, all that vegetation is growing on the bank right there.
Yeah.
And when it comes up over it, we'll have some good fishing. We'll have a good spawn and everything else. I
agree, and it does, because I remember back years ago when you come out of the Lewiston Sea and there at Point 19 hit the main, what we call the main channel there, you could tell the water color was different.
Oh yeah, always are.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot clearer. And when you fished down towards Andersonville or Anderson County Park, Sequoia, Stardust, and that way, you was in clear water.
Yep.
And you went back towards Hickory Star, the water's clear. But once you come by Pilot Island in that neighborhood of Big Ridge and on in there towards Andersonville, and then once you went back into Lost Creek, with all that vegetation up in that area, there was a little different tint to the water.
Yep.
And But that water clarity does have effect. The light has effect on them, and the temperature. Them three things right there is a big factor up there on that lake for sure. Herschel, you got a little commercial break for us, and we'll get a drink of water and come right back and have the phones on. Shoot, I didn't know it was getting this late.
You heard anything on Milton Hill since the other week?
No, it's just tougher than wet leather. Them boys said they had 17 boats over there the other night. They've still got plenty of tires here, so if you're putting that off till fall or whatever, keep them in mind. But if you need a set of tires right now, don't forget Tim's Tire down here. Price shop them, whatever you might want to do. Don't think you'll beat their price. And as you can see, I guarantee you they've got about any size, style, brand that you're looking for. So don't forget about it. Tim's Tire, come down and visit with them and price shop the tires, whatever it might be to earn your business. And remember to let them know that you appreciate them sponsoring the Let's Go Fishing Show. I'm just going to show you another pile of tires here they've got stacked up, and there's just a big aisleway right here you walk through, and there's tires on both sides and that kind of thing for domestic and foreign made cars, four-wheelers. They got them for everything, tractors. They'll find whatever you're needing, I promise you. Okay, folks, I've moved over to another section of the building here. You truckers, as you can see, they're head high or higher. The truck tires. If you all truckers, you're looking for some tires, give Tim a shout down here. I promise you, you're going to be find anything that you're looking for in the truck line, because he's got a bunch of them. So remember the sponsors. Let's go fishing. Hey folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing Marine, and just pulled in here and seen this express boat sitting here, camo. Nice aluminum boat. Man, I tell you what, you duck hunters, crappie fishermen, this thing right here serves a purpose for boats. So you're down here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, check this thing out. It's a great looking fishing boat. So come by here and check with Glenn and see if you can work a deal on this thing if you're interested in a great aluminum boat, and might serve the purpose for you. Looking at another express right here, folks. Silver color, man, this thing's sharp. It's got a Yamaha engine on it, and it's nice, I'll tell you. Give you a little shot of the console right here. Nice looking aluminum boat. I'm telling you, all aluminum trailer. You know, if you're looking for a good deal on a boat right now, it's a good time to get Glenn and check this thing out. It looks nice. Hey, Glenn's also got the Phoenix boat down here. He's got 3 models sitting here, and man, they are pretty. Got tarps on them, keep the sun and whatnot off of them right now, but the color schemes on them, they really look good. So come down and check out the Phoenix boat if you're looking for a high performance bass boat. That'd be a good one to try out. So check with them here at Reynolds Racing Marine, see if they got something that you've been interested in. Thank you. Remember the sponsors. All right, folks, we up here on North, me and Mike. All right, here we go. We're back. Herschel, I'm sure you got the phones on right quick, guys. Mr. Copeland, Eli Copeland's grandpa there in Harriman. Eli was the winner for the month of July, and the photo of the month. And Grandpa Copeland, if you'll give me a buzz and let me know what color shirt you want, I'll be more than glad to get you one. So the size and the color that you or Eli might want, give me a buzz there and let's get you a shirt. And we're still looking for film or pictures, folks, for the month of August. So let's get in on that. Mike, you wanted to talk about about Watts Bar?
Yeah, it slowed down quite a bit down there from what I'm hearing.
Okay. You say the bites slowed down to not many fish being caught?
That's what I'm hearing. And the fellow said something about the 3 fish weighed about 6-7 pounds or something.
Yeah, it's got tough down there. That's what I'm hearing everywhere. Just like last week, we showed that little segment on Milton Hill over there. Bill had 17 or 18 boats over there in a tournament, and there was only 5 fish brought into the scales out of all that.
That's pretty tough.
That's pretty tough. You
Well,
ain't kidding.
You're gonna have that. You're gonna have that. I fished all my life, and they be sometimes near that full moon that you think you're really gonna have the best time that you've ever had, and you can't get a bite. I tell you what, these storms is not good.
Yeah.
You know, we had some of them there higher. When we was a crappie fish. There's a couple of nights over there that we got run off in the lake,
Yeah.
and was lucky to get in before we got soaking wet.
I know exactly what you're saying. Exactly right. It's dog days, and
Yep.
you know
Dog days, they say, is the toughest
Toughest.
they are.
Yeah, it sure is. It has been, you know, and it's been that way for years with me anyway. Hard to catch. After July the 4th, man, they just seem to scatter.
Yep.
And up to that point, you can catch a fool out of them, usually day or night. But after the 4th of July, they just seem to get scarce. You know, they scatter.
This holiday coming up here, Labor Day, and we after then the lake is going to be sort of ours.
Yeah, that's
Everybody not going to be on the water, and then
Yeah.
that's when my fishing
Yes,
is the best.
I agree with that.
I think they get fat and lazy, though.
All right. Hey, you got a little announcement here. The Heartland Classic is going to be on Chickamauga. I want to give everybody an update here right quick. You've got till tomorrow to get you entry fees in, folks, without paying that late fee. So they must be postmarked by the 22nd, which is tomorrow. And so if you're right there on the bubble and you're going to fish that classic down there September the 18th and 19th, you need to make sure you get that entry form in the mail tomorrow for sure. Or you're going to have to, they're asking for an extra $25 late fee to sign up for that. So you Heartland anglers, if you're going to participate, don't forget to get your entry form in tomorrow. That is the deadline. I mean, you can register, but you're going to have to pay that extra money. So wanted to bring that out for sure. Sorry as I hate to say, we still don't have the lights, or at least they weren't burning Saturday night at point 19.
I tell you what, I'm going to check in on this myself. I know too dadgum many people that can get these lights turned on. I've just been sort of letting everybody else do their thing, and I believe I can find out why we can't get them turned on anyway.
I think you can too. You know, when you talked while we was off the air there about who to talk to, and you're going to do that tomorrow, and I'd say
That's
we'll
right.
find out a whole lot more.
Yep.
And so we got some things going on. We got a caller coming in. We're going to take the call. Hello, caller.
Hello, Steve. Hello, Mike. Hello, Bill.
What you say there, buddy?
Guys, I napped until about 8:15. Did I miss a fishing film?
Yes, you did.
Well, I just didn't wake up from my nap in time. What did I miss?
Well, we had some more of that smallmouth fishing up on North, and me and Bill's still working on our light, but Mike's got his going, and we showed a whole lot of him and Brad fishing just because they had more light than we did.
Well, you'll get your light situation ironed just right out perfectly when day fishing starts again.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. And we just talking here after Labor Day. We're going to make a few day trips, so try to get back in the swing of things.
Well, it seems like, after Labor Day, along around anywhere from the 9th to the 13th of September, we get usually a big cold front to cool things down. And
Yeah.
To me, it comes around anywhere 8th to 9th up to about 13th. I don't know why, but it seems like it's about that time every year. But I know everybody's going to welcome a cool down. After August, everybody welcomes a cool down. We just don't want it to cool down too quick and too fast.
Right. You're right, Mike. That's exactly right.
Well, I'll watch it. I'll watch the fishing film at 6 o'clock Saturday on BBB TV 12.
Yes, sir.
I'll catch up on that 15 minutes of film I missed.
All right, Mike.
All right, guys. Like to hear TED from Powell to call in. I don't think he's called in for a while, so I'd like to hear from him. I hope he called you here in a few minutes.
Yeah. I think he's in the doghouse.
No, just say that I missed some fishing film, but I'll grab it on Saturday night.
All right, Mike. You make sure you do that. It's good to hear from you, and old TD may be in the doghouse again.
Yeah.
He could be. Could be. All right, guys. Good seeing you. And like I say, I'll watch that Saturday night, so I'll keep up on all your fishing.
All right, Mike. Good to hear from
Mike.
you, buddy.
See you guys.
All right, buddy. See you. Glad to hear from Mike there. That's good. He's still tuning in. And then it's getting football time, boys. The high schools are playing, elementary schools, and it won't be long. The colleges will be kicking off, and that's a sign. These half fishermen, half hunters, Bill. They'll be getting shaped up for hunting season and bow hunting and all that stuff, and that's the water will be even less crowded.
Boat season opens here in September.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of them people that fishes they go that bow hunting.
Yes, sir. They put the boat up and grab the bow out and take under the woods, and that's us die-hard fishermen. That's all right. We like that time of year, I'll tell you. Hey, speaking of that, remember the sponsors, folks. Can't do it without the sponsors. Got to have them. I'll start at the bottom of the sponsor list. Jay's Thrift and More down here. You've been watching the ads on TV, and remember those folks down there on the west end of town. Rocky Top Outdoors up there, Carrollville, or right out of Lake City. And he has those weekly bow shoots up there.
Mm-hmm.
He got 6 or 8 places set up there. It's kind of like a shooting match with shotguns, and they shoot match shoot with the bows and this, that, and the other. They have a big thing up there about a couple of nights a week. Them Reynolds Racing and Marine down here, Glenn's going to be on next week. Got some Labor Day specials coming up. Knox area ministries. Don't forget those folks over there at Carm, and saw the ad there on Tim's Tire. If you're looking for tires, it'd be a good place to check out. Citizens First Bank, just on and on with those people. The 5 branches make it handy for you. You don't have to drive all over town to find a place to do your banking. Just check with them. Edgemore Outdoors. There's some big things. I didn't get a chance to call Jim today, but they got some big things going to happen over at Edgemore.
I'll see Jim tomorrow. I got to take the girls to the beauty shop tomorrow. My sister and my wife, I got to take them to the beauty shop. So I spend quite a bit of time with Jim and his wife tomorrow.
Yeah, good deal. There's going to be some big to-dos over there at Edgemore Outdoors. I'm not going to say anything until I get the okay from him to say anything about it, but he's got some big things going on. Hopefully get to talk to him this weekend and definitely by next week to make some announcements. Then the sign shop there at Harriman, appreciate all their support with the shirts and everything they do for the shop there. Can't remember, just got to remember the sponsors. There was one other thing. Yeah, I know what it was now. I was about to forget. Listen, folks, I'm wanting to have a ladies' night. September the 11th. Any of you ladies that's watching the show that like to fish, would like to come over and be my guest, I wish you'd give me a little call. Call me on my cell phone or whatever. Call in here at the show and let me know you're interested. Leave me your number or whatever. And get a couple of these ladies in here that like to fish and let them tell us their side of the
They
story.
are some out there.
Yes, sir. They sure is.
I know 3 or 4 ladies that as good as the men are.
Yeah. So we want to do that September the 11th, and I just need some participants. If I've got 1, 2, or a dozen, we'll set you up over here and pass the mic from person to person, and just let you ladies run the show and tell us about what you think about the fishing, what we can do to make it better, and all that kind of stuff. So, just give us a call. But I'm hoping to have somebody here by the 11th of September. Call it Ladies' Night, and if you're interested, please contact us so we can get that done for sure. Mike, what did you, with that much of it said, you got plans on fishing the Heartland Classic, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought you did. The James Knuckles Phoenix Tournament Trail, volunteer bass trails coming up here. James has got a tournament September the 13th on Old Hickory, and then he goes October down to up to Douglas, October the 4th, and then he'll be November the 8th at Cherokee and December the 13th at Tim Ford. So those are 3 good tournaments coming up here, or 2 of them right here in our back door, Douglas and Cherokee. And I hear James's tournament trail's doing pretty well. And I had one other announcement here on a tournament trail. The Catfish guys will be down at Louisville Point on September the 13th. So that's the Catfish guys. And I'll tell y'all something else. I've got to take little Will Davidson back fishing before cool weather.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his dad, I promised them we'd go back. And we're just kind of waiting on all of us the schedule to get worked out where we can go back on the water, and we'll probably go down there and rig up a little heavy duty and might try to catch a big catfish, Mike.
I'm telling you, I'm going to. I don't know that I'd fish it, but I'm gonna go watch these catfishers before it's over with. I want to go just be a spectator and watch.
I'm with you, Bill, and I'm gonna. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna call old Marty Carpenter and see if we can't catch a ride with him and take our cameras and do some filming. Folks, we got 60 seconds or so left. I want to say God bless you. Be sure you tune in next week and keep your line wet.
I don't know what your schedule is, but they told us that we wasn't working no more Saturdays, so I know what I'm going to be doing.
There you go.
After 5 years, I think I'll be fishing on Saturday.
Okay, Mike. All right. We'll see y'all next week.
He gonna have to work.